I'm going to introduce you to a special guest who is also a visionary, who is also a futurist, who also sees how to take advantage of the digital social media and utilize what he spent his life doing. And his name's Daniel Mang, and he is out of Nashville. And Daniel and Michael, why don't you come on up? Oh, thanks.
That was awesome. Hey, you know what else you can do on your mobile? Have your own personal trainer.
There you go.
How about that?
How about that?
While they're hooking up Daniel to the mic, are we going to play the video? I guess not. Well, anyways, yeah.
Thanks for coming and learning more about this customized program designed with you in mind. Throughout all the years of being on the road, touring constantly, it's hard to stay in shape. Early on, I didn't stay in shape at all. But there did become a point in my life where I realized that to give the fans the energy that I want to give them every night on stage, that my life had to change. And it changed a lot when I met Daniel Mee. We worked out a plan that fit me, that took what I was doing every day on the road and what I had to do every night on stage to fit the energy that I was going to have to give the fans every night. I wish all my fans and everybody that comes to our show could have Daniel by their side every day, you know, to custom fit their workout. Now it's possible.
Everyone would benefit from a personal trainer and nutritionist that goes with you wherever you go, holds you accountable, and costs a fraction of the price. Whether you have limited time or a limited budget, this is an inexpensive way to have your own personal trainer when you want one.
Daniel's already had the first 1,000 sign up for the first 8-week challenge. But don't worry, you can still sign up to receive updates, early access, and valuable information from Daniel for a healthier lifestyle.
I'll let you know when this new custom program is ready for you to try before anyone else. You can learn more about it on this site and can submit any questions or feedback you might have.
Believe me, we tried to get Kenny, but he was unavailable. But he promises to come sometime in the future. But the reason I'm excited about having Daniel here is one, because of a history. My family and his family go way back. We're related to the same people back in Nashville, just on different sides of the family. And you know, Daniel, before I even went to work for Mud, had met Rob. We used to go to Chicago and go to the Cubs games, and we all hang out. And he's met Mary Kay and Kathleen, so he's familiar with the family. And then 4 or 5 years ago, when Rob and I would get in front of anybody who would see us and talk about Mud Advertising and the Hypercasting platform, Daniel put us in front of you know, a couple music industry people there in Nashville. So he's familiar with what we do. Last March, I got a phone call from Daniel, and he wanted to do some advertising to bring additional people to his physical facility for additional personal trainers that he has. Daniel's already loaded up with the likes of Kenny Chesney. He also works with Kurt Herbstreit of ESPN, the face of college football. He works with, who's the other guy?
Jay DeMarcus, Rascal Flatts.
Rascal Flatts, and then the music industry people, and then just average people like us. But he wanted to do something for the personal trainers that he had working out of his facility. So we talked about that, but then our conversation kind of turned more about Daniel and, you know, his unique position of being able to work with one of the biggest music entertainers on the planet and being able to use that to launch who he is and what he does that's unique as a personal trainer. And, you know, I said, look, you know, as we talked to, you ought to give Rob Mudd a call and talk to him about it. Well, 2 weeks later, Rob calls me and says, hey, I just had a conversation with Daniel. Next thing I know, we're on our way to Chicago, and Terrence happened to be there. And that's where this thing started. And I know that over the last few months, y'all, Spencer has given updates on the progress of this. But, you know, we're at the point now where this thing is about to go live for the final launch, and being able to bring Daniel to Cedar Falls, to be able to meet the people he hadn't met who have worked on this campaign, and for y'all to be able to meet Daniel. And, you know, we really just appreciate the opportunity to work with you, and I'll kind of let you go from there, Daniel.
Well, first of all, guys, thank you so much for having me here. I've know some of you, and I've always wanted to come here and see this facility, and it is absolutely incredible. Basically, you know, my idea at the time was just thinking about a way to bring personal training to everyone. Personal training is expensive. It's a luxury, but doing it for the last 12 years of my life, I see and feel and touch the changes it makes to people's lives, and it's really it's exponential. People don't understand who've never had a personal trainer, you know, what it does actually do for you. And I've always wanted to think of a way where we could bring it to more people, where it's less expensive, where they're getting good education, where they're doing it safely, which is a major component of a personal trainer that gets lost in a lot of things in the fitness world. When you see DVDs and things like that, the safety component goes out the window half the time. And then people go in and they try to work out. They don't know what they're doing. They walk into the gym. They meander around. They don't know what to do next. And so I tried to figure out a way where we could bring customized workouts and nutrition plans to people where they could take it with them wherever they go. So they've got it right there on their phone, just like that presentation showed how everyone is using their phone for everything. So that was my initial idea. I brought it up to, called Rob. Rob was very excited about it. I booked the flight that day. I was up here the next day. And we had a great meeting with Terrence and Rob, and just kind of laid out the foundation of what we were going to do. And it's been a pretty incredible ride so far.
You know, what I think is really cool is, you know, here's this guy, and he's a friend of Daniel's, Kenny, but, you know, this guy gets pulled in a lot of directions. And the fact that, that he wants to step out there, that he, you know, because, you know, he wanted to bring something unique to his audience, to his fans. And he knew that he had to change his life to do it, that he had to be physically fit. He had to have the endurance and be able to put on a show that people won't forget, because his shows aren't shows, they're events. And, you know, for him to step out and support Daniel and be able to use his fan base and his audience as a way to launch this thing is something special that Daniel has done for Kenny that changes people's lives. And he wants to be able to provide that to his fan base. So, which I think is pretty unique.
Absolutely. He's been, I mean, Kenny's he's a wonderful guy. I've known him for a long time now, and he's provided me a lot of opportunities to travel and see a lot of places. And with this particular thing, when I brought it up to him, he was overly excited about the opportunity to endorse something like this, to where he really could, you know, at least just push it out to the incredible fan base he has. And it's, I mean, we all know that can't be overstated.
I want to just acknowledge some of the people that have worked on this. And Terrence, why don't you come out here for a second?
Hey, yeah.
You know, and Rob gets excited about a lot of things, and Rob don't know the word no, but you know, Terrence, this building an app. We've never built an app before, you know, so you know, we couldn't have done this. And as we talk about technology and we talk about being on the cutting edge and moving forward and everything happening at a rapid pace, but this is something now that we have in our portfolio that we can now say that we do. It helps us grow as a company. And but Daniel being able to talk with Terrence, and Terrence being able to understand what his vision was and be able to lay it out, you know, says a lot about our company. And I don't know, Terrence, if you just want to comment about that.
Sure. Well, I do appreciate it, and I made a promise to Daniel when we first met, and to not distort the relationship that Kenny and him have with this process, and I hold true to my promise. But it's not just me, it's my entire team. Spencer, Dave, Josh, Matt, the entire interactive team, the marketing team. We've been nonstop with working with Daniel, but it's also the Mudd family as well too, with Rob bringing me over to sit down and meet with Daniel. It's a collective effort. with all of this. So I thank all of you as well too. So thank you.
Also, with those gung-hos, one of gung-ho, Heather Wirtz and Jackie Albright, they wrote all the content in that video. They've been involved in this thing we just finished up the beta test, from being able to put that thing together and being able to reach out to the 1,000 or so people that participated to engage those people, to get feedback, so that from an ongoing standpoint, we're able to fine-tune this thing for the final launch. But I just want to give a big gung-ho to the team that did this. And you know, Daniel, this is a huge undertaking. You know, it's a risk, you know, personally, financially. And for you to allow MUD to be a part of this thing, you know, I just really want to thank you.
Well,
All right, buddy.
thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Everybody have a great day. Thank you.